Will somebody please bring me the body? Anybody. Living body. Decaying body. The dead body of a cat. In fact, I'll trade you 3 parts of a body for a torso. Just bring me the body. Of course, I'm referring to the news out there that Trump might suspend habeas corpus. And there's an article about this over at the BBC I want to share with you. Welcome back to the channel Culture Confederacy here. It's Sunday night, so happy Sunday, everybody. And this came out yesterday. By the way, if you're new, no fancy graphics, epic soundtracks, no pretty boy camera angles. What you see is what you get. We talk about history, culture preservation, maybe a tinge of politics, definitely current events. So thank you again for watching and subscribing. I have a lot of fun doing this channel. And I really didn't know what to talk about for Sunday night, so I said, well, let's talk about habeas corpus. Because you should have seen Christine Welker on Meet the Press today. I mean, she was just, falling all over herself, breaking out in hives over the possibility that Trump might suspend habeas corpus. Now, according to the Constitution, and the Supreme Court determined this, only Congress has the power to suspend the writ of habeas corpus. So let's get to this article here. This is by Robin Levinson King. Always love those people that have 3 names to their name. Article by Robin Levinson King. Robin, Robin, Robert, Robin. And they got a picture of Stephen Miller with his hand up and his finger pointing in the air. Pointing at somebody. Oh, he just so sexy. So it says here, U.S. President, well, I'm going to just trim this down a bit, but I'll give you a taste here with the beginning of the article, and we'll get to the meat of this. U.S. President Donald Trump's administration is, quote, actively looking at suspending habeas corpus, the principle that a person should be able to challenge their detention in court. So what it means is, bring me the body. Translated from the Latin loosely, bring me the body, show me the body. Where is the body, I guess? Do you know where the bodies are buried? If you know where the bodies are buried, let me know in the comment section below. Because I'd really like to know. Stephen Miller, the White House Deputy Chief of Staff, says the legal principle is, quote-unquote, a privilege that could be suspended to make it easier to detain and deport immigrants. So let's get into the meat of this here. What does habeas corpus mean? Well, I just explained it means show me the bring me the body, show me the body. Hey, there's a lot to say here tonight, okay? One of these days, I'm going to do a video without messing up. I promise you. I promise my audience I'll do that. And I'll go really slow in the video when I talk. So at any rate, let me take a sip of my coffee. Maybe that's my problem. I got too much coffee in me. Oh, that's good. Hey, we're having fun tonight. Why is everybody so uptight on YouTube all the time? Relax, have some fun. So let's talk about habeas corpus. Yeah. Okay, if I get through this video with a straight face, we'll be in good shape. What does habeas corpus mean? I mean, habeas corpus. So scholars say the principle that a person should not be illegally imprisoned predates the Magna Carta, which of course stated that nobody is above the law, including the king, and has been a cornerstone. Oh, you can't say the word cornerstone. That might be a reference to the cornerstone speech now. Of the legal system in the UK, US, and other democratic countries around the world for centuries. Roughly translated from the Latin, habeas corpus means you should have the body, bring me the body, show me the body. As in, a person must be able to appear before court so that a judge can assess if that person has been lawfully attained. It's also known as the Great Writ of Liberty, that's in quotes here. Habeas corpus grants prisoners the right to challenge their imprisonment in a court of law. So, should we even have habeas corpus? I mean, that's a good question. Should we even have habeas corpus? I think we should. I think we should. You should have every right to defend yourself in a court of law. That's for all you legal scholars out there to go chew on for a while. In fact, I think I'll do a 10-part series on habeas corpus. Hey, Ken Burns, we got a new series for you. Habeas corpus. The trials and the troubles. He'd be doing like, what, 15, 20 volumes of that? You should really check out his series on bees. Volumes 1 through 3, they're just fantastic. I mean, there's just a big buzz about it. I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. Okay, can we get serious for the video tonight? Okay, so it says, is habeas corpus a right in the U.S. Constitution? Article 1 of the U.S. Constitution states that, quote, the privilege, of the writ of habeas corpus shall not be suspended unless when in cases of rebellion or invasion and the public safety requires it. While this is the only time habeas corpus is mentioned in the Constitution, it has become an important part of U.S. law and has frequently been fought over in the courts, including the U.S. Supreme Court. They give an example of it here, asking, has it been suspended before? Abraham Lincoln became the first U.S. president to suspend habeas corpus in 1861 during the American Civil War, and that led to a showdown with Supreme Court Chief Justice Roger Taney, who said it was Congress, not the executive branch of government, that has the power, or had the power at the time, to suspend the writ. So it is Congress, not the executive branch, who has the power to suspend habeas corpus. There might be a few exceptions, but what the president has to do in that case is he has to have some type of, I guess, written request that's sent to Congress, and then Congress will debate on that, whether or not it should be suspended. Lincoln continued to suspend habeas corpus in specific incidences. According to the National Constitution Center, in 1863, Congress approved suspending it for the duration of the war when, quote, the public safety may require it. Because, all those people in the South, they were a bunch of rebellious insurrectionists. It was also suspended several times in the years following the Civil War, during Reconstruction, to quash rebellions by the white supremacist Ku Klux Klan group. Always got to throw the KKK in there somewhere. And after the bombing of Pearl Harbor by the Japanese in World War II, habeas corpus, was suspended in Hawaii, which paved the way for the arrest of Japanese Americans on the island. So here's where the rubber meets the road. What do the courts have to say about habeas corpus? Well, what do they have to say about habeas corpus in modern times, at least? It says here that in 2008, the U.S. Supreme Court extended this to include, they said that U.S. citizens and non-citizens have the right to habeas corpus. And in 2008, they extended this to include non-citizens detained in a foreign prison such as Guantanamo Bay in Cuba. But just because prisoners have the right to challenge their detention, it does not guarantee they will be able to leave custody. So that's key. So they might be able to have a right to habeas corpus to show up in court, but they do not have the right to leave custody if they've been arrested. Succeeding with a habeas corpus petition is extremely rare. Most people who are detained have been detained for lawful reasons, courts have generally found. Asadullah Harun Gul was the first, there's a name for you, was the first, I'm pretty sure he was a ghoul. Asadullah Harun Gul was the first Guantanamo detainee to win a habeas corpus petition in 2021, and he was transferred back to Afghanistan more than a decade after the U.S. Supreme Court found that detainees had habeas corpus privileges. But as Trump's administration has ramped up arrest of illegal immigrants and student dissenters, habeas corpus has received renewed legal interest. Now, they're saying here that back in April, the Supreme Court ruled that migrants being deported under Trump's invocation of the Alien Enemies Act must be given enough notice of their removal to file the petitions. So you have to give these people notice. Columbia University graduate student Mahmoud, there you go. Looks like Muhammad to me, but Mahmoud Khalil, who was detained after becoming a lead figure in the pro-Palestinian campus protest, has filed his own habeas corpus petition, and he's in the middle of deportation hearings. So I want to talk about this. What else are you going to talk about on Sunday night? Habeas corpus. Will Trump suspend it? Article over at the BBC. Hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, you know what to do. You can follow me at Instagram, #JasonComposes. Because I write music in my spare time, you can go to X, Culture Confederacy, Culture Confed 1 on X. Now you can find me at Substack. This is the Culture Confederacy saying peace out. Stay safe, everybody. God bless this thing called the United States. I'll catch you next time, and y'all have a great Sunday night. Take care.